Holy spirits that prevent me from the fall. The Most High Gonna call. My intention is to get a 5-part message for chat today on July 15th. Hello, it's me, Trey Reach Tarot 2. Hope you're having a great day today. It is 1:12 p.m. here in Atlanta, Georgia. Please let me know when and where you're watching this. And if this message resonates with you in the near future or distant future, if it doesn't, that is okay too. There are other readers that could help you. 112 breaks down to 1 plus 1 is 2. There's that 2-2 again, right? I said that in my last reading. 2-2-2, 2-2, or 2-2-2-2. Right, 2 plus 2 is 4. So something about your stability, right? You could be seeing 4-4, 44-4, 4-4-4-4, or 4-4-4. That talks about what? 4 to the third power, 4, 8, 12. Yeah, 12 breaks down to 3. So there's something about your community communication that needs to be restabilized, is being stabilized, or you've been actively trying to stabilize your community communication and or creativity. Let's see. Holy Spirit, that prevent me from the fall. The Most High know what's called. Why is Chapman seeing 4-4-4 as it relates to 3-3-3? Stability, self-reliance, right? Coming home to self, right? As it relates to community communication, creativity. Let's see this. I heard barter, borrow, Emperor. This is 4 out here again, right? Standing in your power. 1-1-1 can be very prominent, right? There's a need to step into this masculine energy, right? Taking the reins, picking up yourself by your bootstraps. I understand by your bootstraps. Sorry, I understand that right now the economy is shit and it's really hard for some people. I get it. But as long as you're doing what you can right now, that's all you can do is doing your best, right? Then you have the 2 of Cups out here. That's talking about, I should say 2-2-2 before. There's probably a need for you to steer, a conversation, steer a relationship in a way that's like enacting your boundaries, right? There's an equal exchange here talking about balance, right? Which I also just said when my last reading is talking about 2-2-2 is very prominent, right? There's a need for you to step into this magnitude, into this aura, this theme, this, spirit of taking the reins of a relationship and enacting some type of boundaries that can really encourage some type of balance, right? 4 to the 2, 4-2-4-2, right? And then you got the 7 of Pentacles. I think you've done enough inner work, right, to watch this grow, right? This is probably dealing with this relationship, but also understanding and realizing because you've done the inner work, right? When I say inner work, I'm thinking about the work to build things up, right? In your storehouse, right? Financially. But this is not only, abundance financially. This could be abundance emotionally too, because you do have the 2 of Cups out here, right? And you do have this like kind of tree-like bush, right? It really talks about earth signs, right? That could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or earth signs. I'm talking about Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Staking and putting your time and effort and energy into building this relationship or building your emotional storehouse as it relates to this relationship and balancing it out, right? And there's probably a need for you to step into that, or not only step into that, you've already stepped into it. I think it's more so acknowledging that this could be turning imbalance and bringing it back to a balanced state because you've actually already put in the work and emotional stock into building that abundantly, or building your emotions to an abundant state that you can give balanced in a balanced way to this other individual, whether it be work and or a person and or a platonic friendship, right? But don't forget the work that you put into it, right, to get to this state, right? 472, 427 could be someone's area code, right? Ooh, there's 4 of Cups here. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 of Cups talks about, nostalgic, right? Just because something is nostalgic and reminds you of the past, like you should always be trying to look forward or take the lessons that you had from the past and bring it into the present, right? And I say that to say there is, again, with this authority figure out here, you're going to have to take the reins and take into authority, what you want this relationship to look like going into the future and not basing it on, nostalgic type of memorabilia. Remember that you put in the work into yourself, right? In order for this to exude in a balanced manner with this relationship, whether that relationship be with your parents, your job, your friends, your lover, right? And understanding that you've already are okay with what's in front of you. You don't need something new. So I think maybe you're asking yourself if there is a need to, branch out. And if this is an abusive relationship that you're going through, yeah, by all means leave, right? But if you are comfortable with working with this relationship out here, you have to be able to take the reins sometimes and acknowledge a boundary and acknowledge the work that you put in, right? To make sure this is fairly being distributed between you and the other party, whether that, again, be work, family, friends, whatever the case may be. At the bottom of the deck, King of Wands, you really need to do this quickly, right? 444 is out here again. And I said 333 has to do with community communications. We're talking about your community right here, right? Dealing with your community and those who are closest to you. That's the energy of the day. Know that your energy is your own. My energy is my own. No one try to adopt. If you owe trauma, ancestors will break you like a pop.